Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
We think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty. Welcome to Radio AMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. I'm Patty Schmucker, a licensed cosmetologist and someone who's been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. Radio AMB stands for American-Made Beauty, and it's where we tell the secrets of the making of health and beauty products. Our segment sponsor is AmericanMadeBeauty.com, a beauty platform designed to help consumers find beauty companies that are implementing the industry's best practices and bringing you quality products and services. Go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com and find beauty products and services that meet a strict set of standards that reflect their American heritage. And beginning June 30th, go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com and participate in our exciting new marketplace. We're excited to launch AmericanMadeBeauty.com marketplace, and we hope that you will enjoy having an opportunity to test some of our brands. You know, words have power, and we all know that. But do you know which marketing words encourage subscribers to act, customers to buy, or donors to give? My guest today has a really special place in my heart and a talent for words. I met Aea Marc now going on almost 40 years ago. And she was the person who saw talent in me and pulled me out of the crowd and gave me an opportunity that even at the time I pinched myself, wondering how it was that this woman could see in me what she did. But she gave me an opportunity to begin to hone my skills as a public speaking person, as a makeup artist, and representing at the time her company, Ambiage Cosmetics, as a platform artist. It was that work that put me in the right place at the right time when Aveda was starting and I met Horst Rechelbacher. So I really consider this woman to be the pivotal point in my career that's really made such an amazing difference. Her career over the last 40 years has been with companies that most consumers won't know them by name, but their products that they produce and the ones that Aea has had the opportunity to be involved with and touching and stewarding from product development all the way through the copy that she's written, most likely has influenced your buying or is sitting on your bathroom vanity today. My guest today, Aea Marc, offers services that span the beauty universe, from skincare to color development to creative copy, tutorials, and sales training systems. Because today's consumers thrive on the thrill of discovery, every product she takes begins with reimagining the status quo. Her goal is to develop a dynamic, buzz-worthy concept that will strengthen any brand. During our feature segment, you'll learn a little bit about how she got in the industry, the role that education has played in her journey and her career, and how her career has moved and evolved through product development, sales, and writing. During our second segment today, we'll talk a little bit about trends related to business and the liberation of one standard of beauty. In our third segment today, we will be focusing on trends. We'll look at the various different things that are happening in hair care, skin care, and the other major beauty categories. And then we'll wrap up our last segment by talking a little bit about the business of writing. What's the art form? How to create a voice and a language. It's really going to be a fun show. So stay with us. Welcome, Aea. I'm delighted, absolutely honored to have you with me today.
Oh, I'm so excited to be with you. And Patty, thank you for that beautiful, beautiful opening. And you know what? I'm happy to say that when we reconnected, we recognized each other.
Yeah.
So what it means is what we've learned through our beauty journey I guess it's working. It's all working.
That's right. That's right. Because it's very true. You look exactly the way you did when we first met, and it's just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
You know what? And I just want to say, as I was listening to your beautiful opening and talking about American-made beauty, and I'm looking at my history, you forced me to kind of put it all down on paper and take a walk down memory lane. And I think this is why I was so excited to learn what you were doing now with American-made beauty. I've always been with American-made brands, so I'm really proud of that. And as we go through, the history, we'll talk about those brands. But whether it's behind the scenes or out front, they've always been American-made. So
that's exciting.
I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how it started. Where are you from? How did you end up going down a journey that involved beauty?
Yeah, well, you know what? I was kind of, I would say, very lucky that I was a person who always was really clear on what I loved and what resonated with me. And I do credit the women in my family for, mentoring me and setting me down a path. My grandmother was an immigrant from Greece, and you know what? She was a little girl that lived in a village on a mountain. Her dad was a shepherd, and somehow when she came here at 12 years old to the United States, she had a sense of beauty. And I remember being a little girl and going up into her apartment. We lived in a little two-flat, and watching her use, and you'll love this, Yardley lavender powder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And learning the secrets of beauty and her beautiful Mediterranean skin, olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of my first memories of beauty, and my mom was kind of like a pioneer in the whole health and beauty category. She taught me, I remember being about 8 years old and learning about eye cream in the 1950s, so that I wouldn't have wrinkles when I got older. And she was very into health, my mom, and she didn't talk about food. She talked about food in a very unique way. She wasn't talking about, we're going to have fish tonight or chicken. It was, we're having protein. And now we're having the vegetables. So, I was lucky to kind of have that type of upbringing and that path set up, and it resonated with me. And I remember poring over magazines as a teenager and just watching my mom put makeup on, and actually I understood at a very early age that I had an eye for this. And I remember helping all my aunts and my mom understand how to get dressed, what looked good on them, how to put their makeup on. 12 years old, I was the elected makeup artist and hairdresser.
Wow.
So, I was, I say, one of the lucky ones, because it was always apparent to me, what I loved. And I took a little bit of a circuitous route to get there, but it was always, I guess, in my DNA. And
so, did you? When you where were you raised at? What part of the country? Midwest. Okay.
Area.
Okay. And so, where did you start the education process? Was it formal college, or did you get a break somewhere in the beauty industry right from the very beginning?
Well, you know what? I'll say a little bit of both. When it came time to go to college, I thought I wanted to be a teacher. So I was studying education. And, I thought that was going to be it for me, because I really loved explaining things and showing how to do things. And, I really wanted to be a teacher and teach grade school. And, thank God I had an opportunity to do some volunteer teaching. And I remember thinking, I love working with the kids, and I love the teaching part, but I didn't think I was able to be confined in the same place day in, day out. So I ended up not finishing my 4 years, and you and I talked about that, how sometimes you can not complete one area because you're not feeling it and you're not getting the right, it's just not melding for you.
Right.
And, we've talked about following your instincts, and I did. And, much to my family's chagrin, I just didn't finish. But one day I walked into a makeup salon, and this is in the 60s, and it was something like a MAC, what we would think of as a freestanding MAC makeup studio.
Right.
In its time, and the gal there liked the way I looked, and she said, I'm looking for somebody, and I said, well, I don't really have a background. She said, that's okay, we'll train you, and that was my intro into the beauty industry.
Wow.
Just, serendipity.
Right. Exactly. And so, so it sounds like the two passions that you had as in your early life, one being beauty and fashion and dressing people and things like that, and then the desire to teach others. Education played a really big role in your career. How did it evolve after you got started in the studio doing makeup?
Well, you know what? Very interesting because right now, and maybe it's about things coming full circle, and I know we'll talk later about trends, but one of the huge trends that consumers I know are taking advantage of are going into salons and going into retail stores and being able to learn. Gone are the days where you go up to a counter and somebody sells you something. In most retail settings and salons, you're really able to be educated about how to use the product, and so in those first days of my career, I was indeed able to meld my love of beauty with education because I was giving makeup lessons to women, and I loved that. And I'll do a little fast forward. My career then, I was able to have an advantage of really good timing. I think you'll remember when Redken was starting its pH Plus makeup line.
Right.
And I had an opportunity brought to me where I was able to train all of the salespeople to be makeup artists who were going to launch that makeup line.
Got it.
So that was so incredible because it put me in a national arena. And here I was able to then start writing education, which was kind of my first foray into my first experiences in writing. And it was just very, very, very exciting time for me. So, that I think was a real important point in my career because, like I said, it put me on a national level. But having to do with me just following my instincts, being able to meld these two strengths that I had, and then just good timing.
Right. And so you now have picked up, you've got the beauty, you've got the understanding of makeup and the application, you've got the teaching, now you're on a national level. How did you, what were the steps that got you more involved in the product development side?
Well, that really came when I worked, I found a position behind the scenes with a contract manufacturer.
Okay.
And that would be Mana Products and Your Name Cosmetics. And again, as you and I met at Ambiage Cosmetics, where you came to our Institute of Facial Design, which that was the education center.
Right.
And at that education center, we had our makeup line supplied to us by what's called a private label manufacturer. And that was more of that was very exciting. Again, an American manufacturer making cosmetics. And it was a privately owned company, which today you would call it an indie brand or indie company.
Right.
And that was tremendous for me because being with a company like that, and they also call them startups now. At that time, we didn't have that name. But I was able to wear many different hats. So being an educator and understanding how to business-to-business level because as a contract manufacturer, they sold their products to salons and spas primarily, some retailers. The owner of that company, Mr. Nikos Mouliaris, needed somebody who was able to really explain the products and train professionals how to sell it. And so it put me in an arena where I was using my aptitude as an educator, but also, again, through that kind of circuitous route, I was selling at the same time. And I opened up a showroom here in Chicago and had a great time putting on seminars for makeup artistry and retailing. And once again, you know, melding all these different areas that I had developed along the way into a great job.
Right. And one of the things I remember, and as we have this conversation about our history, I think that really the approach that you had in terms of the way you taught us in those early days really served as the foundation to the way that I taught all of the salespeople that I've ever trained over the years, and that is that consultative selling, really looking at the salon and helping to be partners with them and being able to do much more than just sell product, but create that value proposition for the salon.
Absolutely. And you know what? I don't even like to use the word selling because I think what you're doing, like you said, is creating a value proposition. You're helping. You're assisting. And when you have that motive, you know, it just things happen naturally.
Right, absolutely. And so you were had the ambiage in which you had to develop that. Was that the arena in which you started actually doing more product development?
I did, and then more so, yes, because we developed, ambiage was our own cosmetic and skincare line, and I was exposed to laboratories who I worked with chemists to be able to direct them on how I wanted the products to be made, and that was my first foray into product development. So I would explain to them what I wanted, but also I learned so much from them about product development and ingredients and how things work on the skin, and that was a wonderful experience. And then when I moved from ambiage cosmetics to contract manufacturing, as I said, being this company allowed me to not only have this wonderful showroom where I would do education for retailers, but I was able to get input from those customers, bring it back to the lab, and have influence on product development, because it was almost like having focus groups.
Right.
Where I was getting input on, well, we like this product, it's great, but it doesn't stay on. Can you make it stay on longer? Do you have colors in the new naturals and nudes? So it was a great way of the company getting feedback directly from their clients, but it was wonderful for me because I was brought to New York and I was able to sit with their chemists for skincare and their chemists for makeup, and really, again, the give and take and the learning process of that.
And so as you look back on this period of time, is there a highlight? Is there a part that was your absolute most favorite?
That's honestly speaking, no. Because I look at it as a journey, and all of it, I just feel the fortune and, the fortunateness of it. And all of it, as I look back, I can think of things that I would have done differently, and we can talk about that, but I just feel how fortunate I was, and to be in the right place at the right time, and that, I was one of these people that I didn't want to follow the status quo. I always felt like I would follow my heart, and thank God it took me to the right places.
And so if you're talking to someone who's beginning their career at this point, what would be a key message that you would give to them as we wrap up this last this segment?
Well, I would say, we talked about that question, and I think for me, what I would want to say to them is that to not be afraid to develop different versions of your talents and expertise. Go take your talent and take it in a different direction. Again, for me, I loved beauty, and so I melded beauty with education, and I melded beauty, education, and sales. So I would say, kids today and people today, you have a specific maybe a specific degree or specific area that you've worked in, really explore how you can take that into a different direction. Years ago when you and I were young, it was a very bad thing to go jumping from company to company. You didn't want to have on your resume that you had worked for different companies. And now it's mandatory. You want to have worked with different companies, with different people. And I would say it's the same thing with your talent and how you explore various talents you have. Don't feel boxed in that you have to just tap into one, because most people have strengths in multiple places. And I think the key is to just see how you can synergize them, to work together with them.
I love that. To look at the ways that you can synergize all of your talents. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about trends in beauty and some of the ways in which the whole beauty picture is changing. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now, it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com, and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. This is Patty Schmucker, and we're here on HealthyLife.net for Radio AMB. I'm delighted to have my lifelong friend and mentor, Aea Marc, who has her own consulting company, and she is an author, works with all sorts of different companies and helping them find their voice and their brand messaging. Aea, you've had your finger on the pulse of what's been happening in the industry for a really long time. Tell us a little bit about the trends that you think are significant that are happening in beauty today.
And there are so many, in general. I'll talk generally about what we're seeing. And then, later on we can get into some specifics because I think our consumers would love to hear about what's up and coming. But what the big trend and change in the beauty industry is that we are seeing what's being called the democratization of beauty. And what I mean by that is that, if we go back, not too distant past, there was one standard of what's beautiful hair and what a beautiful face and what a beautiful body should look like. And that has just been a 180 change. And now we are seeing the beauty business and the standard of beauty opening up to all ages. We still have a little work to do on that, but still we're recognizing that every age is beautiful. We are looking at every body shape as being really beautiful, and, we're seeing all this trickle down to consumers. Women who were maybe once thought to be too heavy, too round to meet the standard. Now we see the beauty of it, and we see fashion being made for it. And we're seeing a recognition of beauty in all different kinds of ethnicities. I did something that I found very interesting. To prepare for this talk, I Googled democratization of beauty, and I found 3 great examples I'd love to share with our listeners. First of all, I found a gorgeous woman. She's a model. Her name is Chantel Winnie, and she has vitiligo, which is, as you know, Patty, is a condition of the skin. She's a black woman, and it's a condition where the skin has lost pigment. And yet she proudly and beautifully displays her makeup looks, and she has a lovely modeling career going on. And then I went to another site where I found a new fashions for women who wear hijabs. And the most beautiful styles and materials and patterns, and it's so interesting. If you keep your ears open and you listen to the things that people are saying, you can see how these trends and new ideas are trickling down. My husband works at the Apple store, and he came home one day and he was saying to me, I love the women that wear the hijabs. Their face looks so beautiful. And I thought, look at that, it's happening.
Right.
People are really understanding the range of beauty, not boxing, not a small little box. So, we're seeing that, and I think that's incredible. And the other thing that we're seeing is in the form of democratization is how beauty is delivering and who's delivering it. There's so many more choices now for consumers. When we were younger, you had maybe 5 top brands that were available, and you walked into your favorite department store in the mall, and you chose from those.
Right.
And those brands, and I'll take it also to fashion designers, dictated what they called, and you remember this, Patty, the look.
Right.
The look this season, we're all going to be wearing short skirts. We're all going to be wearing this jacket. We're going to be wearing a red lipstick. And that is not so anymore. Women, again, going how you feel about you, what you're comfortable in, it's all out there to be found. And, of course, anyone can go on the Internet now, and indie brands, which I know many of them you work with, born here in America, are available to us. So that, if we are looking for a certain type of product or a certain look, the one that we feel comfortable in, that we feel good about, it's there and it can be found. And those people, those men and women who are starting these terrific companies for hair care, body, and face care, there is a place for them where they can make their offerings known and available to a consumer. So I call that democracy.
Absolutely. And it's a very interesting change for those of us who are 40 plus, because we for much of our lives, but for particularly someone like myself, I'm almost 60, and it's all we knew. As young women, we were conditioned to pick up the magazines or to look outside of ourselves for what was that example of beauty. And it is very exciting to not only be liberated by the idea that you can choose what your look or your interpretation of beauty is, but you can, you can feel free to not necessarily fit in. I think that's a very exciting piece. When you look at younger women who are, let's just say 35 or younger, that's all they've really known. I mean, as they've come up, do you find that people are finding it difficult to find their style or find their interpretation of beauty?
No, I really don't. Not for the younger set. I feel like, they have so much, they have so much liberty to be able to be different if they want to be different. They're able to and actually have a pride in it, that they are not following the status quo. So, and again, I think we still have a ways to go with that. I still think that there's ageism. But I was listening to a podcast. I love the movie industry, and I was listening to a review of Wonder Woman, which we're very excited about because it has a woman lead, a woman heroine, and it was directed by a woman. The women.
So, we've got another minute left.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry. And the women who are in it, it was pointed out, were not all young women.
Right.
They were women who showed their age. They were women who had a wrinkled neck. So, I think there's just a great time right now that everyone has the opportunity to shine.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll continue this amazing conversation about the evolution of beauty and how we talk about it. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. This is Patty Schmucker, and we're here on Radio AMB on HealthyLife.net. Thanks for staying with us. I'm delighted to have Aea Marc of Aea Marc Consulting, who specializes in the beauty industry, helping brands to create their brand messaging as well as their voice and particularly writing and sales programs. Aea, tell us a little bit more about, we've been talking about some of the trends. Tell us some more about some of the things that stand out in your mind as important trends going on in beauty at this point.
Yeah, right now there's some really exciting things happening from a consumer perspective. One of them is customization. Brands are becoming much more tuned in to enabling the consumer to customize. And, for example, I know that there is a line that you can find in salons and spas that allows you to customize their lipstick, and you can have your foundation customized. So this is a big thing right now, and you're going to be seeing more of it. If you don't have a favorite salon or spa that carries products like that, there are opportunities in retail lines where ingredients can be mixed at home, kind of a do-it-yourself, so that, let's say, for example, you needed a foundation with more coverage. You could buy a little dropper bottle with your shade with a very intense almost concealer level, and mix that in with your foundation, and you get more coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And, you might need that, or you might get a little bottle of bronzer where you could adjust your foundation to be able to turn it into a bronzer for the summer months. So we're seeing more customization. That's a very big trend. The other thing that we're seeing that women today love and should take advantage of are products that are multitasking. Again, when you and I were coming into the industry, and again, not so distant past, a beauty ritual that was effective, you might have to use 4 or 5 different products to get to where you wanted to be.
Right.
And today, there are so many products in every category, whether it's from your professional salon or whether it's from a retail place. There are products that do double duty. So, for example, if you need sunscreen, why buy a separate sunscreen when you can have a foundation that already has sunscreen in it? Or maybe you're going to do a moisturizer, a foundation, and a sunscreen all in one. And you love that because you have to be out the door in 30 minutes, makeup on and dress.
Right.
So there's a lot of opportunity for multitaskers. Another area that we see women really interested in is eye products. Eye skincare for under the eyes where you have lines and wrinkles, and this is the area where most women age first. And so now, rather than using 3 products on the eyes, one for puffiness, one for dark circles, and one for moisture, now you can have a product that takes care of all 3 at one time.
Right.
So that's a great advantage and a great trend for consumers.
And I think the whole idea you hit on a couple of ones that really resonate with me. This customization. I'll let out a little secret here, and that's that I'm working on a brand right now in the nail space that will give the opportunity for you to have your own customized nail polish in 72 hours with a selection of 16 million colors. So that will be coming later this year, which is really going to revolutionize the nail space. But this do-it-yourself at home is also really affecting, some of the ways that products are being put together. And I love the idea that people are really beginning to experiment. And as we said in the earlier segment, feeling the liberty to experiment with different things and try various different types of looks. I was fascinated, and I'm wondering if what you're thinking of these locations that you can go to and actually be in front of a screen that has your face on it, and you can try all sorts of different types of products visually on your face.
Absolutely. Yes. You know what? We are hearing about it. I don't know that they're ready available, but we are so hearing about the merging of technology with beauty. And I think what you might be talking about are smart mirrors.
Yes, exactly.
And that's going to be very, very exciting, and it'll put so much power again. And you know what I love about what we're experiencing today is putting power in the hands of the consumer.
Right, exactly.
And this is just another way for her to see and experiment. Since you touched on technology, another idea is actually, and it hasn't come out yet, we're not there yet, but integrating diagnostic tools into the products. So the products would sense whether your skin needed more oil in it, more hydration, or maybe your skin is too oily, and then a different delivery system to adjust the product would come out depending on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really, really neat. And then, the other thing that we're hearing about is diagnostic tools, where, and this you're going to love, where from DNA, and we've all heard about, what we can understand about ourselves and learn about our health from DNA, but how about this, understanding how we will age and where we will age, and then being able to put together skincare regimens and products to help delay and address those changes. Isn't that?
It's just fascinating. It really is, and what I love, and particularly some of the guests that we've had on more recently, is this idea that the future is already arrived. It's just dispersed unevenly, and so that some of these things that you're talking about are really much closer than we really think. So it's just a very, very exciting time in our industry. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to pick Aea's brain on the mechanics of writing and how she uses that art form to really create a voice for a brand. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed bottled category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Hi there, this is Patty Schmucker, and I am here on Radio AMB through HealthyLife.net. I have the distinct pleasure to have my friend and mentor and amazing professional in our industry, Aea Marc, with me today. She's a consultant that does many things in helping brands find their voice and be effective in developing product, but one of her real passions is writing. So, Aea, tell us a little bit about the art form and how you work with brands to create a voice.
One of my favorite things, we've talked about vocation, and my career has been part vocation, part avocation. And one of the things I love most is film and acting. And on the side, I've studied it, not for myself, but studied the art form. And I've been able to apply that to writing because just like an actor delves into a character, searches for motivation, searches for what might be their backstory, where were they born, what kind of upbringing did they have. When I write for a brand, usually it's a brand that has so much to offer, but they've never been able to put their story together in a way that is engaging. And so my job is to study them, study what they offer, study the heart and soul of that brand and what the creators are trying to do, and then create a voice for it or create a character. So I look at the brand almost like an actor looks at the character. And so for some brands, maybe that character, the one that I've just been working on recently, is very sophisticated. And so, we use, and they're luxury. So we use that type of very intelligent voice, beautiful words that betray luxury. If you've ever read Architectural Digest and you've read descriptions of homes and furniture, that's the kind of voice. And yet, before that, I've worked on brands that have wanted to speak to a younger clientele. So my job is to find out how does the younger clientele express themselves? And when I say younger, young moms in their late 20s, early 30s, what are they looking for? What are the buzzwords? What will resonate with them, and let them understand that these products are for them and just for them. So that's kind of what my process is.
And it really is a great, I've never heard it said that way, but that, when you're developing that voice, you're studying the brand much like an actor studies a character that he's going to play. He's got to develop that whole backstory and the motivation. And that's, it really is, gosh, you do a good job of putting words together. I wonder where you got that.
So we talked about career, kind of listening to yourself, right, and what you're drawn to, and then bringing it to what's going to apply to your career. But, I would say just to segue to consumers, there's so many offerings out there. One of the things that I do hear, we were celebrating how great it is. There's so many offerings now, something for everyone. But sometimes I do hear from consumers that it's very confusing also. So one of the things that one of my recommendations would be to actually read about a brand.
Mm-hmm.
See, how do they talk to you? Are they, and to see does it resonate with you? Are they talking about concerns that you're concerned about? Sometimes, a consumer will hear, oh, yeah, I hear that brand X. I don't want to use the name. Oh, my girlfriend uses it. It's really good. But maybe that's not right for you. Maybe your girlfriend has an hour to spend on her face, and you just don't because you got two little ones, one on each hand.
Right.
You want to, people like me and the brand creators really are passionate about directing their products, their formulas to you, to a particular consumer. And you just want to find, it's like finding a good match.
Right, exactly.
The right match. You're looking for a match. So, people take the time to write words that describe properly, so you want to look for that.
Right.
That's what you want to look for.
Now, you mentioned something about a trust message. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, okay. I think what we were talking about was the brand's commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And, in each brand, it's a little bit different. But, I'm going to just take a little bit of a turn. I think this is what we were talking about, is that, and this is actually a trend. We know now, and brands are getting behind it, that the consumer is looking for purity in a brand and ethics in a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And so the industry is really striving to deliver on that promise, on that truth.
Mm-hmm.
And in the future, you're going to see, right now when we pick up a product, for the most part, we're going to see 25 different ingredients that we don't understand. And what I can tell consumers today is that us behind the scenes are really working hard to give the performance, to still maintain the performance, but to deliver a product that's more simplified, with ingredients that are safe, that are pure, that are more simple, but with the performance.
Mm-hmm. And being able to deliver on the commitment. It's so interesting that that is really what's shaping the way that brands, as I deal with indie brands, in particular people who are at that point where they have the opportunity to craft their messaging, but also the integrity that they're putting into the product, and without fail, the idea of being able to bring something that's healthier for you and healthier for the planet is probably the single most important thing that is driving the decisions that are being made about producing product. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you struggle to find the message of the brand?
Pretty much I can find the message if I'm able to talk one-on-one with the creators. I can pretty much help them. Usually it's a matter of narrowing down the message.
Mm-hmm.
I have become a good surgeon, Patty. When you start writing, you're so attached to every word.
Right.
But what I've learned that's so important is to narrow. The fewer the words that can convey the message, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a challenge, and something that I try to teach brands when they're trying to communicate with the consumer, because really you only have literally, and they've tracked this, you have like seconds to catch somebody's attention.
Right.
So the message has to be loud, crisp, very clear.
Loud, crisp, and very clear messaging. Absolutely. Well, Aea, thank you. Thank you for being everything that you are, for having the eye that you've had, not only for makeup and fashion, but for talent, because I'm a product of that, and for all of the amazing work that you do. If somebody wanted to reach out and get a hold of you, how could they do that?
I can give them my professional email address.
Okay.
And that would be, oh, you know what? Actually, they could reach out to me, I think, through American Made Beauty.
That's right on American Made Beauty under Professional Resources, Aea Marc, and that's spelled Aea Marc, M-A-R-C. So just go on to AmericanMadeBeauty.com to reach Aea. Thank you. Thanks for taking the time to be here with us today.
And it was a thrill. Thank you, Patty.
You're welcome. Don't miss us next week. We will be back with a very exciting presentation by Jim Palmer. He has a company called Buy USA Direct, and he is my new partner in crime in helping to bring more awareness to the brands that are made in America. Thank you for listening to Radio AMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
Obstacle racing. You know you want to try it. Well, try Reebok's Spartan Race, the global leader in obstacle racing. With 4 different race levels, their goal is to get you up off the couch and throw you into the mud and on the trails to give you the adrenaline rush of your life. Obstacle courses are designed to test your resilience, strength, stamina, quick decision-making skills, and give you the ability to laugh in the face of adversity. Visit HealthyLife.net advertiser page and click on Spartan Race.
HealthyLife.net, the positive radio network.